Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, the place you come for real talk, clear analysis, and the kind of honest breakdowns most people are too afraid to touch. Today we're stepping directly into one of the most powerful and electrifying updates we've had in a long time. And I want you to take a deep breath as we walk through this together, because Guru Nader has just issued a warning that is sending massive shockwaves through the entire IQD community. According to him, the Iraqi dinar revaluation is no longer a distant possibility or a slow-moving development. It is now an event that can hit without warning at any hour of the day or night. And that means exactly what it sounds like. The RV could literally activate while you're asleep, while you're scrolling your phone, or while you're doing something as simple as making dinner. This isn't hype. This isn't a prediction. This is a statement grounded in the way Iraq's financial system is being positioned behind the scenes. And the urgency of his tone tells us we are in a completely different phase of the journey. Nader isn't someone who throws out dramatic statements for attention. If anything, he often downplays things rather than exaggerates them, which is why so many people trust him. When he says anytime, he means the systems, structures, communications, and technical operations inside Iraq have reached a level where the revaluation no longer requires political ceremony or public buildup. It can simply be executed the moment the Central Bank of Iraq confirms all final boxes are checked. And that is what makes this update so explosive because, for the first time, insiders are no longer talking about preparation. They are talking about execution. They are talking about a system that is on standby, not one that is still being built. That shift in language is everything. It tells us the RV is no longer theoretical. It is operational. But let's talk honestly about the part that frustrates people the most. The secrecy. The fact that nobody, not even Iraq's top political figures, will know the exact moment until the CBI pulls the trigger. You cannot expect a global financial event of this magnitude to come with a warning bell. It doesn't work like that. If the date or hour leaked out, you would see massive market manipulation, currency speculation, and destabilizing capital movements that would undermine the entire purpose of the revaluation. This is why Nader is telling everyone, including us, that the silence is intentional. The secrecy is strategic, and the unpredictability is the protection mechanism that ensures the RV emerges clean, strong, and resistant to external pressure. The lack of notice isn't a sign of delay, it's a sign that the operation is real. Think about it. If they planned to revalue the dinar at a publicly known time, it would trigger chaos in the markets. Investors would flood and laugh. Manipulators would attempt to distort the system. Banks would face overwhelming pressure. That's not how sovereign currency corrections are done. Instead, they are executed at quiet times, often late at night, so the system can stabilize before the markets open. This is why Nader's reference to a midnight flip is so important. It aligns perfectly with global banking protocols used in other currency transitions around the world. A quiet hour ensures Iraq has complete control over the initial reaction. It allows the CBI to confirm each phase of the rollout. It ensures international partners are aligned before the rest of the world wakes up to the news. And this brings us to something many people don't realize. The revaluation is not a political event. It is a technical event. It is controlled entirely by the central bank, not the prime minister, not parliament, not external powers, and not any guru. The only person who gives the final green light is the CBI governor. And even he is waiting for his technical teams to confirm that every system, every endpoint, every international linkage is fully synchronized. This is why Nader's warning is so important. He's telling us that the political part is done. The reforms are in place. The agreements are set. The infrastructure is functional. The only thing left is execution, and execution can happen at any moment without prior notice. We also need to address one of the most powerful points in Nader's message. Iraq is ready because its internal conditions are finally stable enough to support a revalued rate. They've fought corruption. They've cleaned their banking sector. They've created new digital payment pathways. They've implemented international compliance standards. They've aligned with global financial institutions. They've secured foreign investment deals. They've passed budgets that cover multi-year spending. This is not the Iraq of 10 years ago. This is a country preparing to re-enter the global financial stage with strength, structure, and sovereignty. Nader is signaling that the technical groundwork is no longer the issue. The timing mechanism is all that remains. If you've been holding dinar for years, then you know how many stages we've gone through. Rumors, deadlines, delays, false promises, and political tug-of-war. But none of that matters anymore. We're finally in the phase where the RV is not dependent on speeches or legislation or insider commentary. It is dependent on systems, and systems don't operate on rumors. Systems operate on readiness. That is why, for the first time, the phrases anytime, no warning, and midnight flip should be taken seriously. They reflect a point in the journey where speculation becomes irrelevant, and technical readiness becomes the controlling factor. Let's talk about what this means for you directly. It means every dinar holder must treat every day as the day. It means you can't assume you'll get a 24-hour notice. It means you should have your documentation organized, your plans outlined, and your next step's ready. When the rate changes, you won't have time to run around in confusion. You will need clarity. You will need preparation. You will need a strategy, because once the RV hits, the world of the IQD holder changes instantly. Banks will be adjusting. Markets will be responding. News will be spreading like wildfire. You want to be in position, not scrambling. And here's another thing. Nader's message implies the RV will not be a gradual rollout. It will not be a long announcement period. It will not be a soft transition. It will be immediate. The rate will simply appear. There will be no countdown clock. There will be no press conference a week in advance. The CBI will do what central banks do. They will execute the change internally, confirm stability, and then reflect it publicly in an instant. This is why insiders refer to it as a flip. One moment, the rate is one thing. The next moment, it is something entirely different. Sudden, final, irreversible. We cannot ignore the human side of this either. The RV isn't just for investors. It's for Iraqis. Millions of people inside Iraq stand to gain stability, purchasing power, and economic dignity from a strengthened dinar. The government knows this. The CBI knows this. And this is why they are being incredibly cautious. They cannot afford a rushed rollout that risks instability for their own citizens. They are waiting for the perfect moment, not for us, but for the Iraqi people first. That priority is exactly what gives this process legitimacy. It's easy to get impatient. It's easy to feel like the finish line keeps moving. But if you really look at the developments of the past year, digital reforms, banking modernization, global partnerships, anti-corruption efforts, you will see something very clear. Iraq is no longer preparing for the RV. Iraq is preparing to activate it. There is a big difference, and Nader's message confirms which stage we're actually in. Now, let's focus on the invisible part, the part most people never talk about. When the CBI revalues the dinar, global exchange systems must instantly synchronize. That means banking servers, SWIFT endpoints, forex systems, international settlement networks, and cross-border payment channels must all reflect the new rate. This is why the timing cannot leak. If someone tried to jump the system ahead of the flip, they could cause catastrophic instability. So the timing is locked down with military-level secrecy, known only to those who operate within Iraq's financial infrastructure. This brings us right to the heart of Nader's message. The silence between now and the moment of the flip is not a sign of delay. It is a sign that the operation is real and sensitive. He is warning us to stay alert, not because news is coming, but because the moment is coming. It won't be announced. That is the most important shift in mindset every IQD holder needs to accept right now. Let's also highlight what Nader is really saying beneath the surface. His tone, his urgency, his confidence, it all suggests that the RV is not months away. It is not waiting on new political developments. It is not tied to new negotiations. Everything is already aligned. Everything is already positioned. We are simply waiting on the CBI to confirm that all systems, all protocols, and all safety checks are green. Once that happens, the flip can occur at any hour. And this is why you need to be mentally, emotionally, and financially prepared. Not speculative, not anxious, prepared. Prepared means you understand the gravity of the moment. Prepared means you have a plan for your post-RV decisions. Prepared means you're ready for the life-changing shift without being overwhelmed by it. The midnight flip is not the end, it's the beginning. And preparation will separate the calm from the chaotic. I want to remind you of something crucial. You have already survived the hardest part of the journey. You endured the uncertainty. You endured the waiting. You endured the misdirection. You endured the noise. Now you're in the phase where the only remaining variable is the precise second the governor authorizes the change. That is why emotional discipline matters now more than ever. You don't need hype. You need readiness. What Nader is offering is not hype. It is insight. It is a rare moment where someone with real connections is warning you not to expect a date, but to expect the unexpected. That means the RV is not theoretical anymore. It is operational. And the timing window is no longer measured in years or even months. It is measured in moments. So let's talk about your mindset. When the flip happens, your job is not to panic. Your job is not to rush. Your job is to execute your plan calmly, intelligently, and with clarity. The RV will change the financial landscape instantly, but you must be the steady one in that moment. The one who knew it would come without warning. The one who stayed prepared. This is why staying informed matters. This is why following real updates matters. This is why understanding the difference between noise and truth matters. And Nader's warning is truth. Pure and simple. The RV is imminent. The timing will be silent. The flip will be sudden. And the impact will be unforgettable. Now take a breath and understand what this means. We are at the final threshold. The process is complete. The systems are primed. The execution will be without warning. And the world of every dinar holder may shift in a split second. So stay ready. Stay alert. Stay grounded. And when the moment comes, we'll be here to walk with you through every step after the flip.